Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Discourse on Vanguard Live. I'm Damlola Ogunshaki. Joining me right now to discuss on Lunchtime Discourse is the former Senior Special Assistant to Governor WILLIE OBIANO on protocol matters and the chairman founder of Nonso Nwaebili Foundation. Good afternoon, Barrister Nonso. Okay, it seems I can't really hear you. Can you unmute your camera? Your microphone.
Yes, good afternoon, Damilola. How are you today?
I'm very fine. Thank you for joining me today. All right, you recently concluded the Anambra election, and many things happened, the drama, the reactions and everything. But I would like to ask you, just what do you think about it? Everything that happened that day, November 16th, the days after.
Nothing else happened apart from voting. The world was just waiting for Anambra people to earn another bad name, and we disappointed everybody. We're peace-loving people. We voted on the 6th of November, and the people made their choice. Based on the reasons that they know better. Yes, basically. Unfortunately, my great party was not favored, but we moved to make sure the party, gets better before 2023. So yes.
Okay. You recently joined the APC. Can you tell us your reason for the campaign from your former party to APC?
Okay, so for about a decade, I've been a member of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APUGA. And then last 2 weeks before the election, I declared my membership of the All Progressive Congress. You see, the idea is that we have understood that it's about progress, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
The other one is All Progressives Grand Alliance. The other one is All Progressives Congress. So long as our people are progressing, we find a better platform to seek for more progress for our people. That's the idea. I defected because the problem to let my people where I come from a very rural area. A place that has potentials, a place that has business and commercial potentials, but because of poor infrastructure, mostly as it affects the federal and also the state. We're deprived of certain commercial activities that we should be doing. So now we haven't worked with the state government for 8 years, and as close as protocol personnel to the governor, and I haven't been able to translate that into real-time benefit for my people. I think I should try the federal government. I mean, I know I'm not a sleeper.
Hello, Barrister.
Anywhere I go to, I know I'm going to be. These are the reasons why I defect.
All right. You said you joined APC, and it seems just listening to the youth and reading their comments on social media. Do you think the youth actually relates with APC well as a party?
I must be very realistic that the youth don't understand that party is a platform. Our politics in Nigeria, democracy, haven't gotten matured to the extent that that political parties are formed based on ideology. I don't think we have gotten that matured now. So, as it is today, the parties are a requirement for people to run for election, and one would be naive to say that they don't understand this party because they are APC. It's a platform. They only end themselves a stereotype due to the current situation in the country, which is. I mean, let me just stop there for now. So the youth don't connect to APC, but then it's our own undoing, because for you to correct an ill, you need to be inside, and if what you have to do to be inside is to be in the party and begin to grow, begin to learn the process, begin to follow the ladder, and then get to the top where you that want to make a difference can begin to make your difference and all that. And then while you're inside, you convince others. The youth have to understand that party is a platform in Nigeria. So it's not a matter of whether they like it or not. They have to be in a political party, APC, PDP.
Barrister Nonso. Okay, Barrister Nonso, what are the welfare packages for youth in APC?
I'm going to be among the voice. I'm going to be among the voice that will speak for welfare packages for the youth. I must say that there are no welfare packages for the youth. I mean, I don't know about statistics concerning how they gave a rebate for election, and nomination for youths in the last election. But these are the things that I intend to join hands with like minds. Like, for example, today I'm having a meeting with the youth, APC youth, movement in the national here. And then the ideas, and I know that I'm going to discuss certain ideas. For example, the welfare you mentioned, incentive, reducing the cost of nomination form to encourage youth to participate in the electoral process. That's the first incentive. Secondly, where youth are vying for position, there should be a quota for youth, and that will help. Just the way they have quota for women, they should have for you. Don't have to muzzle it all the time, and make us look like we are not responsible people. But we are responsible. We just found out that in this country, power is given. It's taken, they don't give it to you. So
Okay. Do you think APC is open to accepting youth and helping the youth? APC as a party.
These are two different questions. Accepting the youth and helping the youth. I'm sure with constant engagement from people like us. I mean, APC is just about 8 or 9 years. We can't compare them with people like PDP that have been there. So, but we are here. We are in APC. We'll ensure that we'll encourage our leaders, the National Working Committee. As we approach the National Congress, it should be an opportunity for young people who are vying for positions in the National Working Committee. And also, Anambra State also will be going to its own Congress. There should be position for people like us, like young people, young minds, who are going to just go there and make a difference. So yes, now that I've joined, we'll continue to advocate for more and more opening for the youth in APC. And I'm sure that our voice will be heard once we ask the right way.
Okay, your party just lost the concluded Anambra election. What are your plans? Political plans, yeah.
Our great party is, we believe in true democracy, and we have practiced this in the Anambra election, contrary to the belief of people and what they think. APC, we lost due to negligence of people who should act and they refuse to act. Let's not go into those details. We intend to engage the leadership of the party, the leadership of our party APC. We intend to engage them, give them ideas, give them programs that will carry young people along. And for me, what I intend to do over time now is to ensure that I join hands with like minds. We have just formed a group, APC. What's the group again? APC. It's a group on Anambra State where young minds are coming together. We have the likes of Ambassador of Nigeria to Burundi, and Ambassador Elijah Onyaba is a member. We want to rebrand the party. We want to change the face so that they will realize that not every APC member is a headsman. Also in PDP, they are headsmen. Not every APC member is a kidnapper. But the idea for me now will be to change the face and name of the party so that in 2023 we will not face this type of a rejection that we faced in the Anambra election. I'll say.
Okay, come 2023 election, what do you think APC need to do in order to win, the governorship election in other states?
Just treat the people right. Let's improve on treating the people right. That's all. There's no magic to it. People react based on how you treat them. It's just like a man and a woman married. You react how you are treated. So if you are treating us well, if you are treating the people well, if you improve on welfare for the people will improve to the people in government. That's all. we're doing so far, but we need to do better. I'm sure that.
So what are your plans towards
things in place for us to work better? Say that again.
So what are your plans towards making the youth okay? Do all right, like you said.
My plans. There's so much that needs to be done for the youth to be okay. First of all, we need to assure the youth that they are living in this country is not a death trap.
Mm.
I have a lot of friends that live abroad. They left here. We need to assure them that everybody is not an enemy. The police is not an enemy. The military is not an enemy. And that the government have decided to add energy in creating security. First of all, once the youth feel secured, they will begin to do programs like empowerment programs. We need to do empowerment programs for the youth. That's the only way we can get the youth engaged and out of crime. So for me, if I have an opportunity, I have so much empowerment programs that I've lined up for the youth, and that will engage everybody, both the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everybody will have a role to play in this nation's building, because it's a joint task force in the words of Femi Bajagamila. So the idea is engagement, like I already said, engagement, empowerment, and then assuring them of safety of lives and property, and no intimidation. That's it. Youth will just work for you and vote for you. That's it.
Okay, we'll come back to that. And you talked about your empowerment. We'll come back to that. Tell us about the strength of APC in the Southeast.
We are the strength of APC in the Southeast. I am the strength of APC in the Southeast. Nonso Nwaebili is the strength of APC in the Southeast. So long as they engage us and keep us useful, we have youthful ideas that will sell the party in good light. A lot of issues have come and tainted the name of the party, issue of herdsmen, issue of this, that. We need to explain to the farmers that these things are not APC's doing. Do you understand?
Yes.
These things are natural happenings. Then, politics is so bad that when they accuse you of something and you don't have a good media team to explain to the world what is going on, you already back that name. That is politics for you. So APC over time has kept their media side very calm, and even when they are doing good, the opposition is so strong that they paint them black. So for us in the Southeast, our job, our duty is to rebrand the party, change its face, make sure that we engage the governors of APC, the senators, the ministers of APC, to begin to do things for the people, and then brand APC while you're doing those things you're doing, because we're not telling the people what we're doing. So far, so good, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, you talked about your empowerment programs. Tell us about your empowerment programs.
The way I'm going to do when I get to where I want to get to.
Yes.
Do you want me to tell you? I should tell you my own program.
Tell us your empowerment programs. You said you have plans for youths.
I'll give you an idea of an empowerment program that, if we do, is going to open up a lot. It's going to close the floodgate of crimes and all that in the Southeast. For me, that kind of empowerment program will be trade monitoring and evaluation. So I'm sure there's a amount of money that the federal government releases to people, but there's no adequate monitoring system. Do you understand? Mentoring. So the idea is you empower people financially to start businesses, SMEs, small businesses. You encourage them, give them the environment. There are people who want to just do as small as tire repairs, as small as being carpenters. So you have to create a system that actually monitors this empowerment, so that you start from both the empowerment stage of giving them the capital to start, to training, and also mentoring programs to keep the youth engaged. In the end, it's all engagement. That's the idea.
Okay, let's just talk about your foundation. Tell us about Nonso Nwaebili Foundation, how it's doing so far.
Thank you. Nonso Nwaebili Foundation is a platform that myself and a few other well-meaning Nigerians came up with to empower my people. I told you I come from a very neglected place in Anambra, where every October we need to pack out of our houses, the road, because of flood. So the idea of this is medical. First of all, medical. After this flooding, a lot of people have a lot of diseases. We had a medical outreach sometime last year where we attended to over 1,000 people. I don't have the figures here now. And we found out that this flooding over time leaves people with so much disease that, when it stays in with them for a longer time, it progresses into a terminal disease. So, first of all, my target is on medical. That's why during the COVID, I built 3 hand wash stations in St. Luanga Catholic Church and School, St. Luke Catholic Church and School, Oboko, and also St. Gregory in Iowa, Odebe. The idea is that charity begins at home, and I'm beginning from my home. So health, I'm very particular about health. I'm very particular also about youth engagement and development, which is why over time I have this year, yes, you can say I'm wearing this cap. This cap you see is the one for my football tournament. I hosted a tournament where I empowered not less than, in a team there are 11 people, and there were 8 teams. So imagine 11 times 8. These people were engaged for 3 weeks, playing for a win anyway. But while they were playing, we had guest signees, guest professional footballers coming to sign our players. And I'm talking to you now. 2 of our youths are in the process of being signed internationally. So you see, slow and steady. We don't have money. We are not very rich like these big people, but at least with support from our friends and corporate bodies here and there once in a while, we have been able to do this. My foundation also recently just did a road for a certain people called Odebe in Obar local government. We donated over 60 trips of sand because people cannot even go into their houses after the flood because there's no access road. These are things that government should be doing. So we're trying to bridge the gap between the people and the government and the people who should take care of them. That's the idea.
Okay, do you think empowerment programs in Nigeria are really working? Because we have so many programs every time you see them on social media. Also, the federal government and the state government are organizing these programs for, youth and adults. Now, do you think these programs are really working?
The programs are working, but there is no system to monitor and evaluate the progress of these programs. That is why there is no spreadsheet system. There should be a way to check and balance. Doing it to the end. Who is seeing the progress? Who is seeing? There should be a way to check this thing. So, for example, I feel there's a need for the federal government to look into maybe establishing a new establishment and a body like a national bureau of monitoring of federal government empowerment projects. It sounds weird, but it's a very important agency of government to monitor and see the progress. It's working. Trust me, it's working. But then, because there's no checks and balance, people who we work for just go without giving back feedback, and feedback is key in government programs. Very, very key. Very, very key. You see?
Okay, thank you, Barrister Nonso. But before we go, just quickly, your advice to youth and also people who participated in the Anambra election.
Yes. First of all, I want to start by congratulating the governor-elect, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, for being a true Anambra, for putting himself up to be voted for. It's not easy. The courage alone is not easy. I mean, unfortunately, you're from Abga, I'm from APC, but for me, I want to advise the youth to get involved. First of all, let me not deviate. The youth need to get involved in politics, either as an active voter or as somebody who participates in the process of an electioneering season, from Congress to primary elections to the general election. We should shun this idea that our votes don't count. At least Anambra has shown that actually our votes do count. And I must give kudos to INEC and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for being neutral. I must say, Anambra election is a true reflection of what the people want. I mean, and it showed that we're going somewhere as a nation, because once we're able to correct the anomalies of choosing our leader, other things follow. So I want to also encourage the youth to shun this idea of it's an APC, it's in PDP. These are all political parties, and these are all platforms that must allow you, or that you must have for now, based on the electoral rule, to run for an election. So if you feel the best way to get to the position where you can speak for the people, work for the people, and be an official of the people, then you need to enter into a political party, be it APC, PDP, or APUGA. For me, I've chosen APC. I haven't calculated the way to light. I have seen the light already, but the way is a bit like black water tunnel. But eventually there's light. So the idea is join a party and then let's keep pushing. We'll keep pushing. Even if we don't get president in 2023, we'll have somebody that we know that can hand over to a youth. For now, we need to get things like National Assemblies, State Assemblies, Senate. Yes, more experienced younger people. I mean, I wouldn't allow very young people to go to Senate. But then we should look at National Assembly, House of Reps, and State Houses where we can put young people to begin to make good laws that will begin to shape this country in the way it should be. And I know that one day, certainly, we'll get to the promised land. I believe.
Okay, before just quickly, you spoke about INEC. Do you think INEC need to adopt new electoral, technologies, seeing that there were so many technical hiccups during the last election?
Yes, I must tell you that the Beaver system actually helped. At the same time, it had its flaws. INEC just needs to begin to look into harnessing more expertise in these technologies. I'm a lawyer. I don't know much about technologies, but I know that there are lapses, and these lapses, if not well managed, in 2023, it's going to backfire, and then you have Nigerians knocking INEC over for probably mistakes that could have been avoided if they engaged more consultants to get a system that works. Nigeria is so huge, and this is an Anambra election. They are already complaining of Beaver system. You should know that 2023 election that will be doing across the nation will be an issue. So I'm encouraging the chairman of INEC to look inward. There are gurus that will give INEC good connotations and good advice on how to make a system that works for every Nigerian, so that we should never disenfranchise anybody again in this country.
Thank you very much, Barrister Nonso Nwaebili, for joining me today. Yes,
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, you've been listening to Barrister Nonso Nwaebili, the former senior special assistant to Governor WILLIE OBIANO on protocol matters, and the chairman founder Nonso Nwaebili Foundation, and he just spoke about the Anambra election. And of course, to get more of our top stories, you can always follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. You can visit our website www.vanguardngr.com to get more of our top stories. I'm Damilola Ogunshaki. It's bye from me on Lunchtime Discourse.
Thank you, Damilola.